What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new StarCraft 2 video. This one is between two of the best Protoss players currently on the planet, spawning here in the top left-hand corner of Acid Plan LE, playing with the red Protoss pieces. He's very well known in the StarCraft 2 pro scene, and as I said, one of the best Protoss players out there in the world. His name is ShoWTimE. And his opponent, spawning in the cross position, playing with the blue Protoss pieces. He's known as the best Protoss player currently on the planet. His name is Stats. So, guys and girls, I'm super excited to be casting this game in this series for all of you, which, you know, of course, came from Blizzcon 2018, which, as I said, you know, I've been saying is, of course, the global finals of StarCraft 2. And when you think about it, guys, this was a best of 3 in Group C at this event, and I'm very excited to see what both players decide to do nonetheless, or I should say, to say the least, in this game right here. So, as I said, you know, when it comes to the Protoss matchup, you're going to see a lot of, you know, just similar build orders here at the early stages of the game. So you're going to see the double gateways into the cybernetics core, essentially on both sides. And you'll see that production tab, top left-hand corner, very similar at the early stages of the game. When it comes to the PvP matchup, which of course, guys, as I said, in really every different type of StarCraft 2 game that you could have, no matter what the race is, you really are going to be playing a series of mind games, and that's what StarCraft 2 has really become. It's essentially like playing chess against your opponent. Does look like we are going to start seeing a couple of adepts coming out of ShoWTimE, whereas on the opposite side we're going to see a sentry as well as a stalker. We're going to go ahead and see the Warp Gate research, the most standard upgrade for Protoss players, coming out from both of these players as well, and you know, pretty standard so far from both these players. Now it's yet to be seen if either one of these players is going to go for some, you know, a little bit of some aggression here at the earlier stages here of the game. Nonetheless, I think we're in for a treat here today, guys. I really do. I think that we're going to be in for a very exciting matchup between these two players. And it does look like ShoWTimE is going to start shading towards that main base location. Going to try to most likely get a little bit of some scouting information, maybe try to get the cancel on this natural nexus, which does go down, and it does look like we are going to get a Stargate out of each player as well. So both these players essentially reading their opponent like a book, at least at this point in the game. These guys are, you know, so similar in skill sets. When you get to the highest level of play, a lot of the players are so similar when it comes to skill. It's pretty incredible. Now, one thing I do like to see out of ShoWTimE is we are going to start seeing, of course, the Phoenix production, which is what ShoWTimE is so good at. And that's one thing that I absolutely love watching from ShoWTimE, is just how good he is at the Phoenix, you know, play. Does look like he's going to go for that natural nexus as well now. That is ShoWTimE. Both of the warp gates are going to be finishing in less than 10 seconds. And, you know, we're looking like we're going to be playing somewhat of a standard game here. It looks like ShoWTimE is going to maybe test the waters a little bit, see if he can get any type of angle here at this point, at this early point in the game here. He's going to start moving in to nearing that natural base expansion. He's going to try to get into that main base location. Is not going to be successful there. Just beautiful play by Stats. I mean, just the amount of awareness that these two players have for one another is just absolutely incredible. Knowing just to put down that shield battery at the best possible time to make sure that those adepts don't shade into the main base location, because that could be absolutely disastrous for our Protoss player. But nonetheless, though, it looks like we are starting to set ourselves up for a macro-focused game, and I absolutely love it so far. I absolutely love it, guys. I think it's going to be This is going to be an intense matchup between two very good StarCraft 2 players. Should be interesting to say the least how this is going to play out now as we're passing the 5-minute mark in this game. Going to be interesting to say the least. And I am, as I said, two of the best Protoss players on the planet. And I really don't think there's much of a debate there, guys. I'm pretty sure that it is just 100% true that these two guys really are two of the best out there. And I think as time goes on, ShoWTimE is going to be showing us that he could really possibly be right there as far as one of the best players in StarCraft 2 on the planet. That's a possibility, and the same can be said for Stats. So these are going to be two players to continue watching as StarCraft 2 progresses. So it does look like we are kind of at a lull in the game. Both players giving each other a lot of respect right now. The absolute amount of Phoenix production here is getting a little bit crazy, especially by our blue Protoss player. He's got a good amount of Phoenixes coming in here. So the question is these two armies are going to clash at one point or another. Got to be very careful. You do not want to lose these Phoenixes for practically free. So you're going to have to, of course, play this very, very smartly. Both players are, of course, very similar in supply count at this point. As I said, giving each other a lot of respect. Now, we are going to see a fleet beacon coming out of ShoWTimE, and that is a very interesting decision here. He's got a couple of Stargates here coming out, and lots of Phoenixes. Third base is coming out of Stats. So the question is Stats going to find out about this fleet beacon at one point or another? Does look like there may very well be an engagement here relatively soon between these two players. Third base is going to be coming in now for ShoWTimE as well. And this fleet beacon has been unscouted, I believe, at least at this point in the game here. We're going to have to kind of wait and see what the tech of choice is going to be coming out of ShoWTimE now that he's got that fleet beacon. Just kind of we'll just have to kind of wait and see here. He's getting more and more of course these Phoenixes. He's going to see the fleet beacon at least at this point. It looks like of course ShoWTimE is going to jump right on top of this army. Beautiful play here by both these players, and the question is who's really ahead. It does look like Stats is taking a little bit of a lead here. He is going to start to move into that natural base location where there is not much here to protect against. All of these Phoenixes. The Phoenixes are going to start coming in here trying to do a little bit of some damage. But just like that, interesting play here so far. It does look like we are going to see another Stargate coming out of Stats. So he is going to react to that fleet beacon with more and more probably more Phoenixes possibly, or maybe he's going to start working on, getting his own fleet beacon at some point or another. Should be interesting to say the least. He may just go ahead and choose to have a lot of Phoenixes instead, because it does look like, most likely, our Protoss player in red here is probably going to start. It will be interesting to see what he decides to do here. Does look like he's trying to just get a little bit of some value very early on here in this game. It looks like he's going to start picking up some of these units. He does not want to overextend, though, right now. It does look like Stats is going to jump on this army right here and right now. And absolutely, Stats is just absolutely denying ShoWTimE any possible chance. And GG is called. And just like that, ShoWTimE's entire Phoenix army was taken out in the blink of an eye, just from a little bit of an overextension, and Stats takes a 1-0 lead over his opponent. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between Stats and ShoWTimE, and if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.